Hey there! Today we are going to talk about your interview. Yes, that is the most crucial part of your entry into medical school, if not the only crucial part. When you get there, that is the most crucial part of your entry into medical school. Okay, so you want to be the best at it. My experience was nice. I enjoyed every bit of it. So a lot of people have nice experiences, others not so well too. So it depends on how you handle it and how you take it. Okay. So let's talk about the nights before your interview. Before your interview, you should have done your preparation. You should have answered all the questions that you think you might be asked before, and practice with family, friends, as many people as possible. Okay, before your interview. Now, on the day of your interview, you do not want to be late. A lot of things can make you anxious, can cause anxiety. You do not want to be late. And you don't want to get missing. You don't want to be there tired, sleepy. You want to be as comfortable as possible. Okay, so you have to, if you live far away, try and get a place close to the venue. Try and find a place close to the venue. That will take away some of the anxiety. And the day you get there, you don't want to get lost. Okay, so you might go to the school a day before and then look around. 30 minutes, but I would advise an hour, so you can go there, say hello to a few people there, maybe chat a bit, and then go around the interview place, maybe read some pamphlets on the desk of the secretary, and then get to know what the place is about. Okay, so that would be good if you can, and be as confident as you can. The aim of the interview actually is to get to know you. Okay, so everything within that 15 or 30 minutes or even 10 minutes in that room will be to know you. And these people have not known you they've not known you for long, and everything that you do within those minutes counts. That gives them the perception of who you are. It can be wrong or right, but you don't want to give them a bad impression or give them a bad perception of who you are. Okay, so you like to go through your questions the nights before, your answers or whatever you've put down about yourself, medicine, everything. You want to go through that. You may want to go through that the night before to get comfortable. So the more you are comfortable with what you are saying, the truer it comes across. You have to be honest. Do not go and lie. But then you have to know how to talk about certain things. You don't just say anything. So you have to plan, put everything down. The more you are comfortable saying it, the more believable it is. All right. You want to relax. You want to feel good. I cannot overemphasize that. Now let's talk about the very day, the D-Day. On this day, when you go in, get settled, sign in with the secretary if that's what you're supposed to do. Say hello to whoever is around, and get comfortable when it's almost time. Okay. For me, when I wanted to take away some of my anxiety, I don't want to keep sitting down. We were a lot, and I was maybe 7 or 8 on the list. We were arranged. So, and it takes about 10 to 15 to 30 minutes for one person to be done. I don't think anybody spends more than 30 minutes in there. So that's a long time to be seated. Imagine 3 hours before your turn, 3.5 hours. So I was just there, and then I decided to talk to the people around me. I said hello, asked for the names of those around me, and then I got to chat with the lady beside me. We had a nice chat. We got to find out where we were from and where we were going. We realized that we were even going to the same place after the interview, so I kind of waited for her, and then we went to Kumasi together. But then that took away my anxiety, made me comfortable. We spoke, we were free. So when I went there, I had already spoken. I was talking, I was in the talking mood, so it was helpful to me. Okay. And when you enter the place, do say hello first. Don't wait for them to greet you or say hello or whatever. Just greet and then make yourself comfortable. And do not sit until you're offered a seat. I think that is an important thing. Wait till you're offered a seat and then gladly accept it and sit down. Okay. Make sure you smile. As you know, actions speak louder than words. Your smile will show them that you are comfortable, you're happy to be there. They've probably spoken to about so many people that day, the day before, and they are tired, okay? You want them to want you to be there, okay? It will not be the most stressful event of your career. So if you think this is too difficult, then try being the one standing between somebody's life and death. Well, God is the one who decides, but you are there, you're looking at this person. I mean, if you cannot stand these 15 minutes, can you really stand life and death? You see, if the panel members mention their names to you, make sure you keep them. Pay attention. You don't want a situation whereby you forget somebody's name. People love to hear their names. One of the most important or the sweetest sounds in a person's ear is their name. You know how you feel when somebody you met maybe a year ago still remembers your name? It feels very good. So try to pay attention to their names and remember them, so that when you are answering a question or you want to refer to one of them, you do that appropriately. Your actions, talking about the smile, I cannot overemphasize that. You need to smile and you need to keep eye contact, okay? So you don't want a situation whereby you ask a question and then you'll be looking up in the skies. It gives the impression that you've memorized something you're trying to remember. Okay, nobody wants that. We want you to be comfortable, confident, speak. Okay, we want to know that whatever you're saying is true. So I said we, the panel members. So you look at them in the eye, and if you have to look somewhere else, at least look down a little bit and then come. It makes you look more thoughtful, as if you are thinking, not trying to remember, but look down a bit and then you can look them back in the eye and answer your question. Okay, when you get to the point of the interview, do not lean on your chair like that. No, you want to be yes, you want to be comfortable, but you also want to look confident and professional. When you lie down, you look too relaxed, and that does not say so. It doesn't give you so much credit. Remember that we are trying to manage perceptions here, okay? And as much as possible, you don't want to go there and fold your arms or clutch your hands. You want, sometimes when you're nervous, your hands shake, yes, but you want to use your hands to communicate. Okay, the more you use your hands to communicate, the more it gives the impression that you can bring a point across efficiently. So it tells that you can talk to patients and you can communicate to patients. You don't go and stand there and talk to a patient that's like this. You don't go and stand there and then fold your arms or something like that and then try to talk to a patient. You don't really do that. Okay, communicate with your hands. And don't throw them about all over the place. No, it doesn't look good either. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look good at all. Don't throw about your hands. We all know that being young is a good thing, but you also don't want to come across as somebody who is too young. I mean, if I'm a patient and I come to your hospital, and I'll rather choose somebody who is older or matured. I believe that the person is capable of making better decisions. Like we trust our mothers, our fathers, or somebody older. I'll rather trust my life in the hands of somebody older than somebody who only cares about telenovelas or I mean the latest words, the latest pen or something like that. You see, you get my point. You want to come across as matured. So if you have glasses, you don't want to go with glittery glasses, pink, hot red, and all that kind of stuff. If you have a professional one that looks more matured, put that on. Okay, it will help you look more matured and make you look like you can make better decisions. We are not deceiving anybody, but we are managing perception. We are managing perception about us because it's just 15 minutes. This person does not know you, so the decision they make depends on whatever you let them believe in those 15 minutes. Okay, so that is it. You don't want to go with, if you're a female, you don't want to go with hair that has pink at the tips or something like that. You see, it makes you look more like a child. If that's what you're comfortable with, well, but we want to give this our all. We want to do everything we can. Okay, we want to come out as intelligent and well-behaved people. Okay, also dress to suit the occasion. Dress to suit the occasion. You don't really want to go there looking very casual. It has to be formal. Okay, you cannot wear a hot pink dress. Again, you cannot wear a hot pink dress. It's more advisable to wear something darker. Okay, black, blue, black, maybe ash. You get my point. White may be okay, but don't wear hot pink, please. Okay, your hair has to be put together. It has to look professional. Well, if you are holding a pony, it has to be well held together. And if you're a guy, you don't want to go with maybe an X written at the side of your hair or something like that. Okay, you want to look as professional as possible. Remember that they do not have the whole day, so most of your questions or your answers should be less than 3 minutes. When it goes beyond that, you come across as boring. Okay, and they are waiting, they want to go home to their families to remember that. So you have to make your point clear and fast. I didn't say rush, don't rush, but it has to be clear and fast, as concise as possible. Okay, so in making your point clear, you want to tell them exactly what it is in a nice way. Well, don't try to bullet your answers. Tell a story, sell yourself. Don't go and say I'm hardworking, so pick me. I mean, tell a story. Why are you hardworking? A lot of people are coming to say that they are hardworking, but what makes you hardworking? What proves? What shows? We don't know you. Okay, everybody can say they are hardworking. Even the sloth. I believe the sloth believes is hardworking. Maybe it's hardworking in this community, but you have to prove that you are hardworking and you deserve to be there. Okay, now let's talk about answering the questions. Okay, so you can be asked, why medicine? Tell me about yourself. Why are you here? Things like that. Okay, they have the same answer or similar answer, so they're in the same group. When you ask such a question, you should have memorized the answer to this long time ago, but it shouldn't come across as if you are now rattling it out or you've memorized it. No, it shouldn't be that way. So with this question, there is no one way to answer this question. Everybody can be right in their own way. So again, we are selling ourselves and we are managing what? Perception. Okay, so why are you here? A lot of people are going to say a lot of things. Why do you want to be a doctor? Because I want to save lives. No. Yes, we know you want to save lives. A lot of people want to save lives. People save lives in so many ways. A lot of people are saving lives in so many ways. Nurses are saving lives. Medical laboratory scientists are saving lives. Your parents are saving lives in the home by feeding you. A lot of things, a lot of ways, a lot of people are saving lives. Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to read medicine? You can say the same thing, okay? You want to save lives, but tell a story with that. Okay? And the story you're going to tell has to be captivating. It has to be engrossing, absorbing. You don't want to be boring. Okay? Alright. And a lot of people also tell the story of when I was a child, I went to the hospital and then there was no doctor, blah blah blah, and eventually I decided that I want to be a doctor and be there for other people. No, that's story. A lot of people, it can be your truth, but we know, or I know, that is a lie. Most people just say it. So be creative, be honest too. Don't forget that you have to be honest, but be creative with your honesty. Do not lie. I'm not saying lie, don't lie. So the aim of those questions are to find out, or to give you the opportunity to convince them that you are right for this job or right for medicine, and tell them about yourself. So keep that in mind, okay? And you have to stand out so that they choose you. Okay, so in telling them about yourself, you don't want to list or put down a list of attributes. Oh, I'm Esther, I'm kind, I'm intelligent, I'm hardworking, I'm principled, I'm disciplined. No. Yes, they are good things, but you are telling a story, remember. And you have to tell that story in less than 3 minutes. In this case, you tell them, or you give the answer to the question by relating it to how good or how relevant it is to medicine. For example, over the past few years, I've learned how to weave, learned how to swim, learned how to play the guitar, learned how to speak French and Chinese, okay? And I love to learn new things. I enjoy learning new things. And we know that medicine is an ever-evolving field. That means that the field is never going to be stagnant. And I will be more than glad to learn new things and new skills, new ways, new ideas every day. It gives, this kind of answer gives the impression that you love to learn new things. Or you don't say, okay, I love to learn new things and leave it at that. Why? And how is that useful to us? You get my point? Or be clear about the message you want to convey to the people on the panel. We know that a lot of people want to do medicine or want to enter into the field of medicine because, I mean, doctors live quite decent lives and they are respected in the society. But that is not really a reason why I would like to give you admission into medical school. Okay, and there should be a better reason why you want to read medicine, or you might get bored at a point or something. There will be no motivation. So even this question is sometimes asked so that in the future you remember why, when it gets tough and then it gets difficult, you remember why you wanted to enter medicine and don't give up on it. Okay, let's talk about your strengths and weaknesses. Yes, it's a likely question you might be asked, highly likely, to tell your strengths and your weaknesses. First, we all have strengths, right? But you may not want to come across as a superhuman in terms of your weaknesses. When you ask for your weaknesses, you don't also want to come and say that, you don't want to go and say that you are an alcoholic and you've not been able to stop. No, you don't leave it at that. You tell a reasonable weakness and then how you have overcome it or what you are doing to help you through that. Okay, so for instance, I talk too fast. I used to talk very fast, and sometimes it caused me to ramble over my words. Okay, so people will not get my point clear and then I'll get frustrated. So I learned to leave a few seconds between my sentences, about 2 seconds. I'm doing it now. About 2 seconds between sentences, so that it doesn't sound like I'm talking too much, I'm talking too fast. Okay, and I've come a long way. It used to be bad. So something like this is workable. Yes, it's my weakness, but I'm working with it. And you always want to give a reason or a way you have worked to improve upon that weakness. Don't forget that. Talking about your strengths, don't just say I'm hardworking or I'm principled and determined, I know how to prioritize. No, you are selling yourself. You want to be interesting. A lot of people can do that. A lot of people can say that, but we don't know you, and we want you to prove to us that you are hardworking. So let's say let's use this scenario. Okay, in SHS I was a day student, okay, and my siblings schooled close to mine. So after school I usually had to take care of them because my parents came home late. So I do the cooking, the cleaning, and I made sure they did their homework on time so that I could also get time to study for school. Even with all these things, with me serving as a temporary mom, I managed to be top of my class every single term, and I completed with 7 A's and a B. That sounds good. I mean, you had a lot to do. You were taking care of kids is not a joke. Yes, it's a lot of work, but then that gives the impression that you are hardworking. It's better than sitting down and saying, oh, I'm hardworking and I'm intelligent. All right.